slavery that keeps Joseph in bondage is the means through which salvation comes to the world.
You're not allowed to talk to Andrea because she's got to click the next slide. Well, welcome, everyone. We are so glad that you are here for our SWO meeting, and everyone who's joining us online, I don't know which camera's on me, thank you for joining us online as well. What we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be going over everything that you should know about SWO before we go, and there's a lot of rhyming that's going to happen because SWO rhymes with common words. But we're going to talk about all that, and at the end, we're going to have, if you have any questions, we'll absolutely take those. We're also going to be taking questions from online, hopefully. We're going to do our best with that. There's more seats in the very front if you want to sit absolutely in the front. Okay, just throwing it out there. Don't forget, there's also paperwork over here you might want to grab. All right, if you don't mind, I'd like to pray, and then we'll get started. Father God, I thank you for today. I thank you for these awesome youth and these awesome parents. God, I pray that you bless this meeting, and I pray also that you bless this trip, God, that it opens our hearts and our minds to grow closer to you and closer to each other. We thank you for everything. In your name, Lord Jesus, I pray. Amen. All right, so basically for our meeting, we're going to be going through this handy-dandy SWO handbook. All right, so yay, Canva. Things are a lot easier these days. So we're going to be going straight on through it. We got our SWO meeting agenda on the first page. And the first thing I'd like for you to know, SWO stands for Snowbird Wilderness Outfitters. It sounds like a shirt company, but it's an awesome camp. And their mission statement is this: Snowbird Wilderness Outfitters exists to proclaim the gospel of Jesus Christ through exposition of scripture and personal relationships in order to equip the church to impact this generation. I love SWO. They are a phenomenal camp and a phenomenal organization. And the reason we go back year after year after year is because lives are changed on this trip. And we are so excited to get to go back once again. All right, we're gonna bounce on through pretty quick. And if at any point in time you have a question, hold on to it unless it directly applies to this, especially my chaperones who know I might miss something. Feel free to shout out if need be. I'm looking at a few of you. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to move on to camper expectations and medical stuff. So first part, behavior expectations. I want to start with this. Really, this trip can be made or broken by how you choose to behave yourself, the wisdom in which you apply to your choices while we're there. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of look through this. We have a couple rules that we will follow, more that we'll talk about once we get on campus. But first off, we have a rule of three. If you're in a mixed group, both boys and girls, you need to be in a group of at least three. It's just a good idea. You know, one of you can make a bad decision. Two of you might even make a worse decision. Three of you might make the better decision. So we're going to go with the rule of three or more. The camp itself is, it's got a pretty big campus. So while we are there, there will be some space and some free time for you to be able to go to the Gaga pit or the basketball courts or volleyball or stuff like that. But we ask you to do the rule of three. We will have alone time. It is allowed if you inform your chaperone. Okay, we're going to talk about who's assigned to who in a little bit, but you got to let a chaperone know. If you're going to go, hey, I want to go, sit in my hammock for a little bit, read my Bible, take a nap, cool, you need to let someone know. We had a kid do that once. He fell asleep. It got dark. He was in a black hammock at the edge of the woods. I had a minor panic moment until we found Tiak, and then I wanted to strangle him. But he was so kind. He was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh. oh, it's okay. Don't do that. So you need to let adults know if you're going to have some alone time. Campers will be expected to behave respectfully to fellow campers, chaperones, and staff. All right? If you are loving God, others, and self while on this trip, you're not going to get in trouble. Okay? So we need to be respectful of all those people. Okay? Our sneak out rule, just in case you don't know, if you are caught outside of the cabins after curfew, and you're not going to the restroom, because the cabins don't have restrooms. We have like bath houses that you go to, just in case some of you are like, what? All right. But if you're not en route to one of those locations, you are caught sneaking out, you will get a 1-year suspension from camp. That means next year you don't get to sign up. Okay? Not dealing with it. Don't leave outside after we're all locked down for the night. Okay? All right. 3-strike rule. It also applies for SWO like it does our youth program. First time, you're going to get a warning. This is really doing anything you shouldn't. First time, you get a warning. Second time, we'll call a parent. All right? And we'll have a discussion right there. Now, youth, look at me. Don't do that to your parents, because anytime they get a call from camp, they're wondering if their baby is all right. Don't do that to your parents. But if we need to, we'll call. Third time, I'm calling the parent again, but we're saying, hey, we need you to come get your kid. And it's a 6-hour drive. So just want you to think about that, youth. Okay. All right. Snowbird Health Services and Student Meds. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and break it to you gently. We will get to visit an urgent care while we're there. We may get to visit the local ER while we're there. Worst come to worst, we get to go to Children's Hospital of Atlanta. Okay? So, that was fun. That was fun last year. Woo! Shane, are you in the room? Are you in the room? No. He went hard in the paint, broke his arm, pretty awesome. And, we have a cool story for life out of it. But I don't say that to scare you. I just say that it's most likely with 125 kids, we're going to get to go to an urgent care, okay? Now, you've already filled out all of your medical forms, so you are perfectly fine. The camp has them on hand. They also have a nurse on site, and they have a med bay. If your kid gets hurt or sick, we'll evaluate. We have 2 chaperones who are medically trained. They work in the medical field. They are awesome to have with us. They would check it out and be like, do we need to take this to the next step or not, like urgent care or ER? Some things are obvious, like a broke something. Yeah, we're gone. But they'll make an evaluation. If we need to do something further, then, we're going to go lay down. Here's some Benadryl or whatever you've approved of via your medical form. If it's beyond that, we will call you. I will most likely call you, and we'll let you know what's going on. We're just going to do da-da-da-da-da. We'll let you talk with your kid, and we'll get it all taken care of, okay? So you will be called at that point. Local urgent care is awesome. Murphy Hospital is a great ER, we'll drive your kid wherever they need to go, as we found out last year. All right, student meds. So we expect that students should be able to take care of their own medications. So if your student takes medication on a regular basis, our expectation is that they are able to take care of it. But we do need to know if your student is currently taking any prescription or over-the-counter medications for safety reasons, okay? We will have an online form, which that little scan me in your thing there, that is a form we would like for everyone. It's really quick compared to all the other forms you have to fill out. We'd love for you to fill that out. That is confidential. That is so our chaperones, because we don't have direct access unless something happens to the medical forms that you give SWO. We need you to fill this out just so we can have that information, okay? Now, let's see. We will have an online form. It will include meds, dosage, and any other important info that you need to let us know. Students, campers, absolutely no sharing of any medications. Woo, I swam a lot today. I didn't drink enough water. Medications, and this includes sleep gummies, vitamins. I don't care. If it's something at Skittles, don't share them, okay? Whatever it is, if you bring any medications that you have approval from your parents for, we don't share them, even if it's Tylenol, okay? Don't do it. All right? One year we had someone handing out, oh yeah, here, everybody gets a sleep gummy. Man, some kids were like, anyway, so don't do that. we live and we learn. Some parents in here are looking at me like, I can't believe I'm sending my kid with you. It's going to be okay. All right. Next, if you need help with any medications, you must provide a written guideline in a 1-gallon Ziploc bag with full instructions, time, amount, emergency contact information. Basically, if you need a shot or something along those lines, you need help, someone administering to you, we need to know that, and you need to have it labeled in that bag just so we can know. If you have medications that need to be refrigerated, SWO does provide that as well. They provide a refrigerator in an area that's secure for your student to be able to go and take that when they need to, okay? All right. If you have any allergies or medical limitations, we do need to know. When you fill out that form, you can put it on there, like, if you're like, my kid faints like a goat when he sees a spider, let us know. That's a good thing to know. But we need to know those things, and it'll be an online form, again, a private one that we just shared with our chaperones, and then deleted after camp is over, once we arrive back here, okay? All right, so you can click the link if you're watching online. Actually, I don't think I sent this out online. Sorry, look later, I'll post it. But you need to go ahead and make sure you take care of that before, let's say by Sunday, that'd be great. Okay, next. Going to the next page, going to look at our chaperones. Okay, in here is our chaperones and contact info. So real quick, if you wouldn't mind, just give a hand for these awesome, amazing chaperones who are going. Woo! I cannot tell you enough how important these chaperones are. And students, and back to that respect thing and treating them well, please remember that every one of these chaperones, with the exception of me, because I get paid to go, everyone else is taking vacation days. They're taking away vacation days they could do other things with because they love you that much. So we're going to respect them. We're going to make sure that this week is an awesome week for them as well, okay? So, parents, I would absolutely love for you to take all of these numbers and names and put them in your phone. Because here's the deal. Most of you should have my number. If you don't, definitely get it in there. But I want you to have everyone's number just in case we are separated. Like if I'm out doing an off-campus rec, something happens on campus, one of our other awesome adults are there taking care of it, and they need to call you, say, hey, we're heading to urgent care or something along those lines. I want you to answer that phone call, okay? So just go ahead and put them in. You can put them as SWO, chaperone, whatever you need to make sure that you have it. But we just want to be able to get in touch with you, okay? Also, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so that's our awesome chaperones. We're so thankful for them. Also in there is the SWO office. If for some reason you can't connect with all 9 of us, SWO office will take your call most times of the day, okay? They close, I think, at like 5, so after that, you'll definitely need to talk to us. All right, next page. SWO check-in groups. Every breakfast, dinner, and bedtime, campers, you will be checking in with a leader. This right here is a list of who your leader is. And what you'll be doing is you'll come up because everyone goes to breakfast. If you don't, you're like, I don't eat breakfast. That's cool. You get to sit with us at breakfast. You come to breakfast, you get checked in. You come in, and then at dinner, we check you in again, and then at nighttime. This is a way, there's 125 of us, and 700 kids total at this camp. This is how we make sure that we're seeing you throughout the day. All right? We are, as a group, a lot together. But there is some free time and some rec time that we'll be breaking up to do different recs and stuff. We want to make sure we are connecting with you. So, right now, students, find your group, and then look at their picture and memorize that face, because that face is your leader. So, yeah. So you're like, it's my mom, you jerk. All right. So, memorize it. So those are in there. We'd love for you to take a look at that. All right. Moving on to the packing list. All right, so here is what you need to bring. You need to bring bedding and pillow for a twin bed or just a sleeping bag, okay? Every year. We've been going like 10 years now. Every year, someone does not pack sheets or a pillow or something along those lines. I have 2 extra. Everyone else, you're sleeping on your clothes. I don't know. But make sure to pack bedding. It's for a twin bed, okay? Toiletries. Please include deodorant. Please. Okay. And all the other toiletries to be able to wash yourself. All right, towel. You'll need a towel for the shower, towel for Rex. You should bring 2 towels. Some people do 3. Some people like to do the towel on the floor by their bed so they can like wipe their feet off and then get in their bed. If that's you, cool. But need at least 2 towels, okay? And you never, ever use your cleaning towel with your post-rec towel. Don't do that. It's bad news bears. All right. Next thing, Bible, notebook, and pen. We are going to provide a notebook and a pen. If you have your own notebook and pen you want to bring, cool, do that. That's perfectly fine. We'll have those for you on Monday morning. Bible, we love for you to bring a physical copy of the Bible, okay? If you don't have one, let me know. We have ones that we can give you that you can keep for life, all right? But we love for you to bring one. If you have one that your family's like, this is the family heirloom Bible, don't bring that Bible. Don't bring that Bible. Bring something that you're willing to cart around because we're going to be traveling a lot with these, okay? Love for you to bring that. All right, an alarm clock. Or you can use your watch alarm. We'll talk about this in a minute, but you're not going to have your phone and you're not going to have your smart watch. So most of us in here would just not be able to function time-wise without these things. So you need to either bring an alarm if you're going to want to get up. Some of you are like, I'll let the sun wake me up. It'll be fine. Cool. But if you're wanting to get up at a specific time, you can get a little battery-powered one, or you can figure out the crazy directions on how to use that Walmart watch alarm system. Hands down, first 2 days, someone's will be going off at 3:30 in the morning. They'll be like, turn it off, and it's always the kid who like sleeps like a rock. Okay? So, that's good stuff. Clothes for getting dirty. It's going to happen. There's a lot of outdoor stuff. Okay? Modest clothes. Our rules and SWO rules. We'll talk about that in just a second. Basically, we want you, in your clothing, we want to avoid seeing the 3 B's. We don't want to see breast. We don't want to see butt. We don't want to see belly. Cover it. Girls and guys, cover it. We don't want to see it, okay? Beyond that, we should be good, okay? All right, closed-toed shoes. Not required for all activities, but needed for some. There's some things like the aerial parks and certain activities and recs that you need closed-toed shoes. If you don't know what that means you can't see your toes. Also, they need to have backs, okay? So you need to have at least one pair, maybe a dirty pair of tennis shoes. That's fine. If you're someone who runs Crocs all the time, cool. A lot of the week, you'll be fine, but there are a few recs that require you to have closed-toed shoes and backs from those shoes, okay? All right. Rafting and water recs require quick dry clothes. Well, they don't require, but you want to have something quick dry, right? So some of us know. Otherwise, bring baby powder. Lots of baby powder. But you want to bring something because we're going to be getting wet this week. You need to also bring a portable water bottle, like an Nalgene, something like this is really good. And if you want to really be cool, you need to make sure to have a carabiner on it for 2 reasons. One, because you can clip it to your backpack. Man, look at me, I'm so handy. So that's one. But 2, the showers, a lot of the showers there are pull chain showers. They have their own individual stall, they're nice, but they're pull chain. And a lot of you probably don't shower with one hand holding on a chain. So if you do this, you can just hook it on there and it'll keep the shower on. It's amazing. So carabiner, clip, something, perfectly fine. But you need a water bottle. You will definitely need a portable water bottle. All right, light jacket. It does get cool at night. At least for us, it will be called cool. For them, it's fine. All right, but it may get into the 60s one night while we're there. So it's like winter. So plan accordingly. All right. Some warm clothes just in case. Water-resistant wristwatch. We've already talked about that. We really, really want you to bring your own watch. Our first couple years we went, we didn't require it. And you'd be fair enough. A kid would be like, hey, you got 10 minutes? And then we're going. Okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. 2 hours later, they're like, where are you? Has it been 10 minutes? Watches. Watches are great. All right. Any medications, kind of already covered that. Sunscreen. Sun is up there as well. Trash bag to help pack wet clothes in the trip. Please, 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 please. Bring one or more trash bags to put those wet, nasty clothes in. Especially my guys. I feel like maybe the girls got this handled a little bit better, but my guys. When you come in, you don't come in for that water wreck and go, and then leave it. That room, so you put it in your bag. Kind of give it a little twist and put down to where it's not just leaking into the air. All right, anyway, sorry. Having flashbacks. All right, so another thing we need to do, we'll talk about this a little bit more in a minute. You're going to pack your lunch for the way up, okay? So what you're going to do is on the way up, please don't use a lunch box, something disposable like we're brown bagging it, okay? You're going to pack it, you're going to write your name on it, all right? And then when we get here, you'll put it in whatever vehicle you're riding in. There'll be a specific box and cooler for your stuff. You'll put it in there with your name, and you'll get on the bus. On the way back, we'll be buying dinner. We'll be buying our lunch on the way back, but not on the way up, okay? We'll talk about that more in just a minute. Okay. Optional, small backpack. Definitely a good thing if you can. Like a little sling backpack works, a small little backpack, because there's a lot of times we'll be traveling, you'll have your Bible, you'll have your pen, you'll have you'll have notebook. You may buy some merch or stuff like that. You may want to bring a jacket, but you don't want to wear it all the time, but you know it's going to be cold when we get to worship. Stuff like that. It's great to have your own little backpack. Also, label that thing so that whenever your kid never leaves it somewhere, we can get it back to us. Okay? All right. Shower shoes. It's a good life choice. So go put that out there. All right. Paintball gun. If you do paintball on your own, you're a paintballer, I guess. If that's what you do, you can bring your own paintball gun. They do have a paintball course there. But I will go ahead and tell you, they will calibrate it to the level which they allow. So if you're like, man, this shoots like 9 bajillion miles an hour, I don't know paintball. But they'll bring it back to less than that to make sure it's fair with everyone else's stuff, okay? They have SWO gift cards available for purchase online. And we need to talk about this. We're going to get to this fully in just a minute. But you can purchase gift cards for your kid whenever they get there. They'll give them that card, like $50 on their account or something along those lines. And you can add to it throughout the week. I will say, and we'll go over this again in a little bit, some things actually take cash. We'll talk about that when we get to Rex. But extra money for paintball, skeet shooting, Ocoee rafting. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. Rain gear. I don't know if anyone's looked at the weather, but right now we're looking at almost 50% chance of rain every day. So it may or may not. It will rain. It's in the mountains in summer. It will rain. May rain more, may rain less. But you need to prepare for that. Prepare for some rain, okay? All right, we already talked about that. Flashlight, like we said, there's no bathrooms in the cabins we're staying in. There are wonderful bathhouses that are not far away. A flashlight, definitely want that so you can just make your way if you need to get up in the middle of the night and go, or whatever. It's good to have a flashlight. Hammock, there's some great hammock space. If you're a hammock person, definitely bring your hammock. Snacks. Closed snacks preferred. You can bring your own snacks. And that is okay. Now, I do want to specify, when you bring snacks, if you open said snacks and just leave said snacks open, we are in the wilderness a little bit. So critters will come if you leave your snacks open. So if they're reclosable snacks, that's great. All right? If it's like a bunch of bag snacks, bring clips or something. Help us out, okay? Because we all got to stay in those rooms. All right, next. Do not bring a cell phone. We will provide the phone list. We've already done that for you to contact us. Now listen, I know for some of you, this is hard. For some of you parents, it's actually even harder not having it. But I promise you, the impact that this week will have on your kids is enhanced so much by the fact that they do not have a phone. Service kind of sucks up there anyway. But it really is. It's amazing. About halfway up on our trip, they all kind of just look up and they realize there's other people around, and it's cool. It's amazing. But in all seriousness, they're not distracted while they're there, and it's really great, okay? If you need to talk to your kid, or if your kid needs to talk to you, they are welcome to talk to any one of our chaperones to be able to let them give you a call, or you to call us and say, hey, can I talk to my kid? That is perfectly fine, okay? We want to let you know that is out there, okay? but it is a much better week without cell phones. And I'm going to go ahead and break it to you. Other groups don't do this. Okay, so when you go like, why would they have a phone? It's like their youth pastor doesn't love them. Okay, don't tell them I said that. All right, next thing, smartwatch. Really, if it can connect to the internet or anything along those lines, don't bring it. I will not be bringing mine. I'll be leaving it here. Again, that distraction that comes from being connected to the world. So we're going to be not bringing those. All right. iPod, MP3 player. Does anyone even have an iPod anymore? No judgment if you do. All right. Not bringing that. Not bringing portable game. No Switches, no Game Boys or whatever. Game Boys. That dates me. All right. No alcohol or tobacco. Thank you. All right. And let's talk about swimwear for a second. So two-piece swimwear is on here. Here's the deal. Our swim time up there, guys, you will always be wearing a shirt and you'll have your shorts. Ladies, you will either be in, really, you don't have much time outside of this, but you'll either be in one piece or you'll be in shirt over your two-piece. Now, the only real time you have a pool there, which I've never been in how many years? It's small. There's a lot of other things to do. And going down the river, which you're going to be wearing full, you want as much as you can on when you go down the river because it's a little chilly. But that's our rule. So none of our guys are going to be going around shirtless. None of our ladies are going to do that either. That is the rule on that. SWO, special reminder, SWO is not responsible for lost, left, or stolen items unless the individual pays postage. We have had this happen. But if you lose something, and I'll say this, do not bring anything you don't mind losing or getting ruined, okay? Because if we have a lot of water days, stuff may get wet. So just be mindful of that. Okay. All right, now we're going to look at our schedule. Is that our next? Yes, okay. So I'm not going to go through this schedule verbatim. I'm going to hit the first day, and then we'll cover the second day, and the rest of the day is kind of like day 2, okay? So, our schedule, on Monday morning, I deleted Monday off of my list here. On Monday morning, we'll be meeting here at 7 a.m. Here, like actually out there, near the tower. We'll be meeting there, okay? 7:30 to 8 a.m.-ish, that's when we're going to be leaving for SWO, okay? Around 11 a.m., we're going to arrive at for lunch at our rest area in Macon. This is a new spot for us. Last year, the place we stopped really wasn't that great. And we have even more people. So we're going to be at a rest stop. It's not actually in Macon. It's actually on I-75. For those of you who want to look it up, it's rest stop 19, I think. Anyway, so you can look that up. We're going to eat lunch there. 3 p.m.-ish, we are going to be checking in at the North Campus at SWO. SWO is divided up into a North Campus, which has our worship area. And then they have their main campus, which is where cabins and recs are. Okay? So we'll arrive there. Then we'll get all checked in, get that all taken care of. We will head back to the main campus. We will get moved into your bunks. You'll get your bed made, all that jazz. Then we'll go to our dinner. I don't know if we're first or second supper yet. Then after that, we will leave back for North Campus. And this is kind of how every day is going to work. Go back to North Campus. First day, we're going to be doing rec sign-ups when we get back. That is, you have to sign up for a lot of the recs that you want to do. We'll go over recs in a minute. But you have to do a sign up for it. So what you'll need to do between now and arrival at SWO is to look over those recs and go, what do I really, really want to do? What's the main thing I want to do? Get a couple of buddies to be like, you going to do this with me too? Great. And then you'll go get in line for that rec first, get that taken care of, and then you can see what recs are available after that. Okay? We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but we have rec sign up, youth leader meeting, that's fun for me. Then we have worship service. We return to camp. Every night we will have share groups, like small groups. You'll be broken up by your grade and by girls and guys. So that's going to be fun. Some of the groups are like 22 strong. But we're going to be breaking that up. We have small group leaders from the camp who'll be working with your kids. Super excited about that. Their staff is amazing. And they have a ratio of 1 to 4, one counselor to every 4 kids, which is great. Anyway, so we'll do that. Then we'll have lights out, 12 a.m., fun times. All right, Tuesday. If you look at that, we're just going to run through this real quick. Every morning, we'll get up and go to breakfast. Everyone goes to breakfast. Everyone comes to breakfast.
Everyone comes to breakfast.
Okay. Even if you don't eat, you'll come, you'll check in, and then after breakfast, we'll leave for worship, go to the North Campus, have worship, have a break, have a breakout session. That is like a little mini thing that's focused on something in particular, like it might be Jesus and social media, or it might be how do you face peer pressure, or whatever. They have awesome things that sound way better than what I just said. But you'll do a breakout. After that breakout, you'll return to camp. We'll have our lunchtime, and your lunch depends on what you are doing. If you're going to stay on campus, you'll have second lunch. If you're going off campus, you eat first. Okay, and that'll be depending on what you sign up with. Okay? All right. Then we have from 1 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. is recreation time. That's whenever you're doing whatever you signed up for that day. And there's also a lot of things on campus to do. So if you sign up for one thing on campus, it gets done, then you can go do the 3-man swing, or you can go do something else. It's on that campus space. We gather all back up for dinner. After dinner, we leave to go have worship. Then when we're done with worship, we come back to camp, share groups, lights out. And that's how every day works beyond that. Until Saturday. So if you'll shift with me all the way to Saturday. Saturday morning, we'll be getting up, cleaning up. We'll get everything clean. We're actually going to do some of that on Friday night. We'll get it all packed up, cleaned out. We'll get our cabin inspected. Then we go to breakfast. At breakfast, they'll show us a cool video, much like the one we saw when you came in, the longer one, not the short one. And then after that, we will get packed up and we'll get out. All right? We will be, on the way back, we'll be eating lunch in Macon. You'll need to bring your own money or save your own money, have enough money by the end of the week to buy your own lunch. We will be stopping at one of several places. It'll be like in the big parking lot, if you're familiar with Macon, where the Chick-fil-A is, and there's a Taco Bell, there's a KFC / Pizza Hut, which is the best, right, when it's a slashy restaurant. We'll have a whole bunch of options like that. And you'll go. If you are out of money, you're either going to fast, which means not eat, or you're going to come with me and you are getting a basic meal. Because we're going dollar menu, y'all. Okay, so save your money. Don't spend it all. All right, then we'll arrive back 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m.-ish. I will be updating you through Remind. If you're not on our Remind, we're going to get the page that in just a second. You need to be on our Remind. We're also going to be updating our Facebook page. Our Facebook group. So if you're not a part, you need to be a part of both of those. Be super helpful. Okay. All right. Traveling to SWO. So some of the kids were asking me, wait, you assigned what bus we're on? Yes. So you can look on here. Travel to SWO, May 29th. Charter bus 1, charter bus 2, then church van and church bus. Now, Mr. Anthony's going to be driving the church van, and along with his co-pilot, Andrea, and then I will be driving the church bus along with my co-pilot, Kelly. All right? Now, some of you may be wondering, if you haven't been keeping up with the emails or whatever, because we didn't reach 155 or 150 students, we could not afford doing the third charter bus. So, we backed off on charter bus. We're taking 2 of our church vehicles. Okay? So, whenever all is said and done, you'll be getting a refund, albeit a small one, for cover the cost that we went over. Okay? So, it's looking like right now it's going to be like $30. Woo! Yeah! And that's going to go into your youth account unless you want it returned to you. I'll have a form I'll send out. Okay? But just want to let you know. And if you ride up on the church bus or church van, don't worry. You're going to get that sweet, sweet charter bus life on the way back. All right? So I made sure no one has to ride with me or Anthony twice. All right? So you can look over that in your own time. All right, now Rex. On-campus Rex. I have a list here of everything that you can do on campus. Some of these, actually, on campus, everything is free on campus, at least initially. Now, what's not free after the initial start is paintball. If you want to do paintball, they have extra bags of paintballs you can purchase. I've listed those down here below, and that must be cash. They only take cash for that. It's like, what year is this? But they only take cash for that, okay? Same thing if you decide to shoot skeet. The first 5 are free. Then it's $5 per box after that if you want to shoot some more, okay? And if you want to shoot the AR-15, you can do that, but there's a required additional $5 for 10 rounds. You have to pay $5 to do your initial shooting with that. They are trained. It's a shooting range. It's cool. If you've never shot, it's actually a really cool time to actually shoot for the first time. It's a lot of fun, okay? All right. So on this on-campus stuff, most of this, I'm looking through, most of this will be, we'll have registered times for us to do. So what that means is like during rec time, 1 to 2 o'clock, maybe our turn for the 3-man swing. So Richmond Hill United Methodist Church kids get priority from 1 to 2. All right, and then from 2 to 3, it's another church. So if you wanted to go up and do that, you can, but you're going to be put in line behind whoever church has priority on that. That's how a lot of these recs work, okay? Now, there are a few on campus that you sign up for, such as gun range, archery, I think it's about it. Archery tag, paintball. Those things you do sign up for. Other stuff is our time slot, or you just walk up. Okay? All right, off-campus recs. Off-campus recs, we have river tubing, canoeing, hiking, Nantahala, whitewater rafting. We all do that, by the way. Our whole crew, our whole crew goes down the Nantahala. All right? It's a lot of fun. It's a great bonding experience. It's also, I'm going to say this now because a lot of people don't let you say the word cold. If you say the word cold on the river, you might get tossed in and pulled back into the boat, okay? So, you say it's refreshing. Does everybody say it with me? Refreshing, yes, but it's cold. So, we're all going to do that. It's a lot of fun, really great. Okay, Ocoee whitewater rafting. That is an additional $40. If you want to do that, that's awesome. The Nantahala is super easy river. If you've ever gone, it's like one major rapid and cold. And that's it, right? But if you want I want 3s and 4s, man, the Ocoee is where you're at. It's an awesome, awesome thing. I've been down it about 8 times. That's where I grew up. It's wonderful. If you want to do that, okay? I believe there's also an age restriction. You have to be over 14. I think it's 15 and up for Ocoee. Okay, and that's also cash. Have to pay that in cash. All right, horseback riding. That is $30 extra. Also must be paid with cash. All right? Now, speaking of cash, Snack Shack prices. I want to include this in here. This is something new they put out this year. This will kind of give you an idea of how much things cost. So you can look at that, look at your son, and be like, okay, that's like 25 Hot Pockets for a week. All right, that's how much it's going to cost. Okay? Also, the apparel and things of that nature, all listed there. All right, moving on. All right, next, SWO communication. Again, we are going to be posting pictures. Since your kids don't have their phones, they don't have the ability to log this whole trip. We are going to do our best as chaperones to get a lot of pictures. We are going to post them all to RHUMC Youth Facebook group. That's where they're going to get posted. Now, they may not be posted quickly. At the end of the day, we're in a space where us adults can have some Wi-Fi. It'll be a lot easier to post. We'll try to update throughout the day. But if you're really worried about your baby, if it's day 2, we ain't got a picture of them, there's 125. Let us know, and we will stalk them and get a good picture of them. Some of your kids avoid the camera, so it takes a little work. All right, also, Remind will be sending up. That's how you can sign up. If you're part of the RHUMC new Remind group, don't join this one. This is one that we have only so many we can fit in each Remind. So if you already get stuff from me, don't worry about joining this one, okay? It's going to go out to both. All right, last thing, SWO theme days. These are totally optional. It's a lot of fun. But each day we will be having a different theme for our apparel, okay? Again, optional. We have Fun Day Monday, and the fun thing is that you're going to wear this shirt. That's not optional. Sorry. Every other day other than Monday is optional. You're going to be wearing our group shirt. 1, it's awesome. I love it. 2, it also helps with not only us, but also helps with our leaders that they will assign to us to know who's in our group. So it's nice, okay? And I didn't make them neon or anything this year, so you're welcome. But we have these up here. After we get done with questions, my leaders and chaperones are going to come up here, and you're going to come up, and you're going to get your name found, and they're going to give you your shirt, okay? That's going to happen after we do questions, okay? All right, Tie-Dye Tuesday, wear something tie-dye. Wildcat Wednesday, wear something wildcatty. That felt weird. All right, Thursday, Throwback Thursday, whatever retro means to you. So go for it, whatever that means to you. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Freedom Friday, wear red, white, and blue, or American flag apparels, something like that. And then say goodbye Saturday, I don't care at all. By that time, you probably won't care either. You just need to be clothed appropriately. Let's get in the vehicles and go home. Okay? All right. Now, since we are online, I have one right here. I have the blue mic right here for you, Anthony, if you want to use it. Sorry. Does anyone have any questions? We are online, so we're going to run the mic to you. Or just run up here and get the mic, Piper, since yeah, come on, run. Just turn it on, and then we'll hand it to Anthony afterwards.
It's on.
Oh, then talk on it.
Oh,
What's your question? This is embarrassing. You got it?
yeah, it really is. Can we bring a plug-in alarm clock that's really, really loud?
There are like one plug per room typically. So you could pack it, but you may not have enough plugs for it. Does that make sense? Okay. If you want to be like, hey, my friends, we're going to pack up. I got one that's annoying. It'll work. Okay, cool. And you can make that happen. Okay? That does remind me. Room situation. If you have a question, you can go ahead and raise your hand. Anthony will be coming your way. This is fun. Room situation, on our way up, they will actually send us our cabins and numbers and stuff like that. And what we will do is on the way up, on your charter or on church vehicle, we will be assigning bedrooms. We'll talk about, hey, you need to get 4. This cabin has 4 groups of 4. Okay, we need a group of 4, like that. We do that beforehand because if we don't, you get out of the bus and it's like, and there's just all this nastiness that happens at the very beginning because y'all are savage when it comes to room selection. It's kind of like that. Yeah. All right. So we'll take care of that on the ride up. Questions?
There are no dumb questions.
Oh, we got one in the very back.
Hang on a minute.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway.
Food restrictions or food allergies, like, I don't know, lactose intolerant. So
they have, every day they have the main course option. That's a great question. The main course option, they have a salad bar option and then a soup bar option. If your dietary restrictions can't be covered by that, then you can bring your own food. They will not specially make anything for you. We have experience with this. So if you bring your own stuff because you're like, none of that, and the whole menu for the whole week is on the SWO app. If you look up on your phonular device, the SWO app will give you a full menu for the whole week. If none of that fits you, you'll need to pack it and bring stuff with you, if that's the case. Does that make sense? And if you do, you need to bring an extra cooler or something along those lines. That is fine. We take care of that. They're plenty helpful to let us use the kitchen for what we need, or their upstairs kitchen. But if it's beyond what they make, you'll need to provide it. Okay. Yeah. Not calling anybody out or anything. I like it. All right. Other questions? It's like I asked y'all to pray. All right. So if you think of any other questions after this, I'll be hanging around for a little while. What I would like to do is before I release you, I'd like for my counselors, my chaperones, if you'll go ahead and come up and pick a shirt stand to stand behind, that would be fantastic. Here, I'll take that. Thank you, sir. One more thing, parents. This won't work for kids, but parents, I do encourage you to download the SWO app. It will not only let you know easily where your kid's at and what they're doing and what the thing is for the day, It also lets you be able to later hear the talks and sermons and stuff like that they have. It can all be found on the SWO app. It's absolutely free. All right. Now, before I release you to come up and get shirts, you must talk to this person behind the... Look, Kelly's like, I'm going for the one with only 4. You must talk with them. They must check off your name. They'll highlight your name when you pick up your shirt, and they'll hand it to you. Don't take it. Okay? All right. While that's happening, if you have any questions for... Yes, sir? Oh, and if we could stack chairs afterwards, Owen would be super appreciative. All right. So, feel free to get up. Come get your shirt. Extra small, small, medium, large, XL, 2XL. Extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, 2XL, aka me. If you have any questions for me during this time, I'll be up here. Thank you on live stream. Do we have any questions on the live stream? What? Yeah. They will need to be, we typically do it by group. They don't have to be in your checking group, but they do probably need to be in your grade because that's how we'll be doing the bunch. Yeah, because I think your part of the group is like 20 strong, so they couldn't all fit in one checking group. So yeah, as long as they're in that same group, you'll be fine. Woo! Any questions online? Perfect. You can end the live stream if you want then.